chop it up a little bit. We're also going to talk a little bit about what's happening over in the Middle East. Touch a little bit over there. So we cover everywhere, this is worldwide. So get yourselves adjusted, let me do the same, and man, we out here trying to get it in. It's a beautiful day in Los Angeles, you know. It's been kind of cloudy. Got a little bit of sunlight here and there, but for the most part it's been cloudy. You know, nice cool temperatures. Upper 60s, low 70s. Yeah, this is what we pay for, you know, when you live here in California, you know. You don't want to live out where the ice is, where the snow is, where the rain is, where the floods are. We want to avoid all of that, you know. Well, here we are, California, Los Angeles, home of the Lakers, Dodgers, Rams. From the Bay to LA, Los Angeles, definitely in effect. I'm your host, of course, Yes, weekend is finally here. We're in effect, and we're doing it today. We got the, you know, whole crew together, and it's always good though. You know, it's always good to have a crew together. We have to hold it down. You know, class is in session. So we're gonna jump right into it. We wanted to talk a little bit about, you know, what the feds are doing. Now, you know, the feds have recently been trying to, you know, enforce what they call, basically, you know, trying to get their guidance going. And basically, it's the transgender guidance. And it's basically saying that you should treat all transgender students according to their gender identification, or, you know, what they choose to be identified as. So, okay, that's fair enough. So, where do we go from there? I mean, well, here we go. We're gonna we're gonna start into the debate. Now, this debate goes where we have, you know, a transgender student using a regular restroom, and okay, what are the guidelines and, you know, rules and restrictions? You know, what are the school's policies, and what are the government policies? You know, as far as, you know, what are they allowing the schools to do? You know, so we're looking at these situations, and we're trying to find out what's going on, and we're seeing in this guidance and how it's affecting some of the, basically the education system. So basically school districts and public universities. And when you say effect, okay, what do you mean by effect? Okay, well, we got these guidances, and we have to think about these schools, and all these schools are going to be in compliance, or are they in compliance? How long do they have to get into compliance? And okay, and if they're not in compliance, then are we talking loss of funding? And, you know, for school districts, you know, you can't accept no loss of funding. You can't even you can't play with that. It's the money. Public universities as well. I mean, so what on earth can be done? Well, basically, you better stay within compliance if you want to continue funding, you know, from the state or from the government level. So you're looking at places like UCLA. They'll be treating, basically treating this guidance as law. This is law. You know, because they're not going to take no chance on basically playing with the money. Got to have that money, in order to compete in the Pac-12. But anyway, let's see. We have basically non-compliant schools where they had to basically get into compliance or face the possibility or basically be faced with losing their funding. And how exactly that would happen, like I said, we're still looking into it and trying to find out, how this would happen and the effects exactly it would have on, basically the public universities as well as the school districts. So we'll keep an eye on that. But basically, it sounds like, both sides is gearing up for a big, clash or battle, between the U.S. Education Department and the Justice Department. So we're going to see what happens next. For now, universities will treat this, basically like law. And, they won't even try to challenge it or, put themselves in a position where they could lose any type of funding. Don't want to lose the money. So that's where they stand there. And it makes sense because a lot of universities and public schools are basically, dependent but on the funding that they get from state and federal, so, they don't want to take no chances on losing that. So being in compliance is important. Plus, you don't want to be seen as being insensitive in your school. You're trying to promote a healthy educational environment. And you don't want your competition or the other schools around you or the other districts around you to ever get a foothold on you where they can say that, hey, look, they're promoting an unsafe or unhealthy environment for education, for their students. So you always want to take all of that into consideration when it comes to trying to, be the best you can possibly be when it comes to school districts and trying to be in compliance with these guidance. But a lot of people say that a lot of these laws, well, not laws, but guidance can't be changed unless you go through, legislation or the proper legislation to try to make this happen. So I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to see. I'm real curious, though, and well, open. I'm open to find out. So it's crazy. But then you look at the smaller school districts and you look at the amount of funding that they get. I don't really get into the numbers because, the amount of money that each district get, is needed anyway, so it doesn't matter. So whatever money is allocated is needed, so you can't play with it. So we'll go from there. And like I said, we'll continue to follow this story and want to try to find out what's going to happen, and do the U.S. education system have any type of leeway or any type of wiggle room when it comes to at least, trying to, find some type of common ground, especially when you have female students and female restrooms and transgender students using female restrooms. I mean, it might promote some type of feeling, get the girls feeling some kind of way. Or even the parents, the parents, also have to be comfortable with their children being in school and what it affects they're going through or what are they seeing or what's happening in the restrooms while they're at school. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes. So we'll follow this story. But we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm saying is you could run away with me, so we can be together on a tiny little island hanging out on the beach. Yeah, we'll remember this forever. I didn't know how good it would be until I got here. Now I never wanna leave on a tiny little island hanging out on the beach. It's you and me and you all summer. This is my first time, I've never done this before. I've got a 747 ticket locking up the door. I got a backpack full of stuff I probably won't need. We're meeting at the airport 2:45. Philly International, I wave goodbye. For the next few weeks I'll be living the life. Didn't know if it was worth it, but I'm finally here. What was wrong with me, boss? Sing along with me, yo. I didn't know how good it would be until I got here. Now I never wanna leave on a tiny little island hanging out on the beach. It's you and you all summer. I didn't know how good it would be until I got here. Now I never wanna leave on a tiny little island hanging out on the beach. It's you and you all summer. 1, 2, okay. I really wish I wasn't so pale. Every girl in this town is looking sexy as hell. In the street, in the car, on the beach, in the bar. I can never get enough, I'm always looking out for more. I get bored when I'm home, when I'm here, never long. Buy me a drink, play me a song. Tap me on the shoulder when you feel you wanna go. We can kick it in the city, we can spend the night alone. But it's mindless and never gonna fade from my face, cause I'm wasted, so here's to life and what you make it. I didn't know how good it would be until I got here. Now I never wanna leave on a tiny little island hanging out on the beach. It's you and me and you all summer. I didn't know how good it would be until I got here. Now I never wanna leave on a tiny little island hanging out on the beach. It's you and you all summer.
Miami Beach, Collins Ave, watching the Lamborghinis and Ferraris pass, sipping mojitos, Tron margaritas, posted on the strip, we like the pocket meters. I'm wasted, she wasted too. I love being wasted in the things that make us do. She calling me baby, I'm like let's make a few. And after this we at Cabo and to Jamaica too. Living the life, living it nice. If you living with me, then we living it right.
I didn't know how good it would be until I got here. Now I never wanna leave on a tiny little island hanging out on the beach. It's you and me and you all summer. I didn't know how good it would be till I got here. Now I never wanna leave on a tiny little island hanging out on the beach. It's you and you all summer.
Man, it's hard being this good, but we are. And we've been working hard too, trying to get into this position, trying to get some shows off the ground coming up next week. You know, this weekend, we had some stuff going. It's good to be busy, That's how I stay happy, that's how I keep myself grounded, by staying active. So that's what I'm trying to have a more healthier 2016, Of course, everybody know I lift weights, I work out, I try to stay in shape. But, time don't always allow us to do the things that we need to do in order to try to stay in our best physical condition as possible, So we lack sometimes in some areas. We don't always do what we should do, but, we try to take time. So that's why I was trying to tell all the community members that whenever you get a time, this week, get out there, do some push-ups, do some stretching, do some walking, maybe do a little bit of jogging. You want to try to, humble your experience. You want to try to live as long as you can, as best you can. You don't want to fade away. You don't want your body to give away. And I'm a major proponent in trying to live healthy and trying to, take advantage of our time, here on Earth. So, what's up, Mike? I mean, I understand that there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. I understand the Darkskies is growing as we start to branch out in more areas. Darkskies technologies. We're working on getting our drones up in the air. We also got Darkskies, our astronomy section. Eyes in the sky. We got the Darkskies community. With the podcast. If we're ever growing too, a lot of people listen to the podcast, download it, and I thank each and every one of you. And people all over the world too. It's not just, locally. I mean, we passed local a long time ago. I mean, fans as far away as Italy or all over Europe, Africa, Asia, Canada. I don't know. We've been really lucky. I mean, and for that reason, we continue to work hard and bring you, the best show possible. The best podcast on the internet. And that's not what I say. This is what y'all tell me. And I appreciate it and I thank you. Like I said, I try to stay humble. And try to stay fearless. So, there's just one story I was looking at a few days ago. We threw it in because it was a cool little file. And, I like to get my laugh on certain things. But, yeah, we do what we do. So, let's go to the Middle East and see what's Okay. They say a man jumps from a hijacked plane's cockpit. All right, okay. Now, basically, I'm not trying to laugh because, this plane was hijacked. And, basically the story said flight MS 181 basically was taken off and was taken over after the passenger claimed to be wearing a suicide vest or explosive belt. One or the other. I think it was an explosive belt. That's what I reported. Anyway, okay. Now, they were showing a video. I don't know if y'all went online to check the video, but you can go on YouTube or you can go on some of these different video sites and you can look at this this situation. But basically, out the window, Egyptian air hijack. This man jumps from the plane. He out the cockpit. He jumps out the cockpit window. Just before the hijacker turns himself in. Before he surrenders to authorities. So I guess he was making this escape. By the hijacker was obviously distracted by negotiators or just whatever the situation may have been. I guess he's ready to turn himself in. And I guess this guy said, okay, this is my chance. And out the window he went. And I always tell people that, when you're in this situation or any type of thing like this go down, you have to make that decision. You got to make that split-second decision. You might have to make the jump. You might have to, go. So, that's any type of situation like this. So, man, scary. But at the same time, it's a learning experience, and you can learn from what other people are going through and what other people are seeing, other videos, and you can see that, when the moment of truth comes and you have to make that leap, or you have to make the decision, survival, you know, is the most important thing. A couple of great, breaks, bruises, scars, cuts. Probably won't matter in the long run if you're alive. So, there we have it. I mean, that's quite incredible. Incredible story indeed. But it just tells you that, we are living in incredible times. And sometimes it takes incredible, acts of valor just to see another day. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. And we got some more stuff coming up later on. So we're working real hard, trying to stay on top, making sure Darkskies is, growing. I mean, I'm really excited about getting these drones off the ground. I'm really excited with this website we're building. I'm excited with the growth of the podcast. Reckless Radio is fun. I mean, it's all just been, just a great experience. And we look forward to continuing to do it and growing together as a community of friends and family. So, okay, thanks for listening. Of course, I'm your host, like I said, we still got some more stuff going on, so stay tuned. Like I said, we do the show in segments. But anyway, thanks for listening. This has been Darkskies, recording live from Los Angeles, California. From the Bay to LA. What's up, San Jose? All right, y'all, I'm out. See you soon. Thanks for listening. This has been another episode of Darkskies. Live. All right, talk to y'all soon. Thanks for listening. I love y'all. And we out.